Do you really need her? I'm gonna briefly cover what she does, her teams, and whether or not you should pull for her, which, spoilers, kinda depends on your account. 71, there it is. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, Ciaccona, 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 Ciaccona. So she inflicts air erosion with her 4th basic attack and skill. Her liberation applies either air erosion or Spectro Frazzle, depending on what was your last input during the recital, that rhythm singing thing you do with the liberation. This will apply the corresponding debuff over time. She will default to air erosion if you swap out immediately, so if you need a Spectro Frazzle, remember to do the input before you swap out. She also buffs aero damage with the sylphs, that after image thing she makes after the basic attack 4, her liberation and her outro skill. As of right now, she's the only applier of air erosion and a solid Spectro Frazzle applicator too, which makes her a great choice for enabling those teams. That being said, do you really need her? I'm gonna be using the right tower because I don't want that tower buff to affect his rotations. In a team with Zani, it's going to be a little complicated. I found that while she applies Spectro Frazzle constantly, she doesn't apply them fast enough to get Zani's liberation going comfortably. I also tested starting with Ciaccona's liberation as soon as she hits the field and you sit there while building Concerto because she wouldn't be interrupted, and she still fell a bit short. You would probably have to start your entire rotation with her liberation, and at that point you would really want Shorekeeper as you won't trigger enough intro skills to get off the buffs that the Stellar Realm can provide. That being said, this team still clears pretty well. A character like Jiyan will be able to use the full extent of her buffs, but while I don't have him, I can pretty confidently say that you won't need Ciaccona, mostly because Mortefi is just that good for him. Mortefi will give him 38% heavy attack damage, 22.5 attack boost if you use him with Moonlit Clouds, or 20% attack buff whenever you crit with Empyrean Anthem, while also increasing his personal damage. While Ciaccona's 139% total aero damage from both her kit and her echo set sounds very good on paper, I wouldn't expect it to be leagues above what Mortefi can do, especially considering that diminishing returns is a thing. Now you can just play both, just don't get hit, it's just that easy. Now then, going back to Zani, playing a team with both the Spectro Rover and Ciaccona was very nice. Ciaccona keeps the Spectro stacks on the enemies while Rover gives Zani that little extra boost that she needs to get started. This makes it so that you don't have to be all sweaty to get that second Nightfall. Now if you keep swapping back and forth between Zani and Rover, you can end up getting 3 whole attack chains before ending Inferno mode, which is dope and pretty fun to do too. With Phoebe it's pretty nice, she will maintain those stacks and her damage will remain pretty consistent, but it's not really that much better than just playing her with Spectro Rover. The only real advantage is that she's going to be all cute by your side while singing a pretty catchy song that definitely won't get old quick. This team in TOA is nothing groundbreaking, it still clears, but where she really shines is in Whimpering Wastes. Playing her with Phoebe here is a game changer, precisely because Ciaccona applies the stacks over time. While you could still play Phoebes with Rover like I'm demonstrating right here, you had to constantly go back to Rover every wave to apply the debuff on the new enemies, which can be a bit annoying. Ciaccona allows Phoebe to just keep nuking those waves as they appear, which pretty much allows you to just keep spamming buttons and get hella points, like you'll see in a moment. All in all, I think she's good, and she'll really shine whenever we get a character that scales with her erosion. But whether she's going to be good value for you right now depends on the account. If you have Phoebe, she'll turn her into a monster in Whimpering Wastes. If you have either Phoebe or Zani, or you got both of them, getting her will allow you to free up Rover for other teams. And whenever we get more dupes of Aero Rover and their weapon, she may end up enabling a whole new team. Now if you're thinking about pulling her because of Cartethyia, your best bet is to just wait until the 2.4 livestream. Knowing her actual kit, we should be able to make a fair assessment as to whether or not she's going to be truly needed, and you'll still have some time to pull for her. If you have Phoebe, I would say you're in a pretty safe spot, because in the worst case scenario you could apply Spectro Frazzle with Confession Phoebe and then convert it with Aero Rover, and that would probably be enough. Probably. Looking at Kuru's past record and the whole Zani situation, I would expect her to have a free-to-play alternative that can still clear the endgame content, with the other option, the premium option, pushing her damage through the roof. So if you ask me, the safest bet is to just wait. That's all I have to say for now. Let me know what you think, and if you pulled, let me know how your pulls went. Mine were horrible, by the way. And remember to like and subscribe.